Listener discretion is advised.
The opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the individuals, and they do not reflect any official view of the United Steelworkers, USW Local 105, or its officers or sub-board members for officers. Now, from the banks of the mighty Mississippi, this is Steel Revolution.
Hello, podcast listeners, and welcome to Steel Revolution 97.
97.
I'm Roy Hutt.
Mike Nicholas.
Shawn Geisens.
Lee Schaefer.
All right.
Wow. This is going to be fun.
Hey, it's the podcast that almost wasn't.
But I made it happen.
Thanks.
It's good since you refused.
Okay, Mike.
It's good since you refused to train anybody.
Would you like to get trained on this?
We'll discuss that off the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just keep my mouth shut.
Okay, Mike.
Okay, Mike.
All right, let's move on to... It doesn't mean anything coming from you.
I know.
Yeah.
I got you.
Flipping the bird to say, and it doesn't mean anything coming from you. That's just means you like us.
I disagree, but
Happens so often. I don't know what we do to you. So with the local news, we get going. Still no COVID attendance policy. Still no agreement between the international and the company. Yeah, that's all there is for that. 183 days until the contract expires. Make sure you're going to your financial institutions and asking if they are going to help you out in case there is a strike or a lockout. As we discussed last time, some individuals from Deere finding out the hard way that their bank has chosen not to help them out when they need it.
and again, we have a bank that will help us out. So if yours won't, you can move your loans or your money to a Centra.
Yeah, more on the upcoming contract. We still will be reviewing surveys, most likely in the next couple weeks, and putting more information out in the Forerunner starting next week on the results of those surveys and the implications from the surveys. Solidarity events are coming up. Those include Storm game, Steam Wheelers game, and also some of the businesses that supported us that are a ways away, destination solidarity events. That sounds fancy,
That
doesn't
that does sound fancy.
Got you hooked now.
Now I'm curious.
Destination. I like that.
Who's planning these?
Yeah. Lee.
Oh,
We're
Great.
moving on up.
So we're targeting the 11th of December for the next one. So more to come. Be watching the Forerunner.
on
'Cause
Facebook.
We'll probably only have one podcast before that, which would be most likely December 10th.
If we can get Shawn to show up.
More new hires scheduled to start December 6th. Said work seems good, and we need more people to get metal through the plant. So more coming in on December 6th. So watch out for those new hires. Welcome them, and make sure they're doing things safe. SOAR has canceled their monthly meetings. A reminder that they also canceled their chili supper, and they will try to do something in the spring. Bonnie said that she wants to kind of coordinate it more along with the contract.
Good.
We Supply America cards. Lee, give a little wrap up on that.
So on Wednesday, myself, Mike, and Roy went down to... We originally tried to give them to Miller Meeks, Representative Miller Meeks. I don't know exactly what's going on down there. Wasn't anyone in the office down there, and looked like it was kind of abandoned or...
A very professional yellow sticky note with
Right.
the with the suite number on it.
Yeah, just wonder what taxpayer money's going towards on that. But anyway, so she wasn't there, so we just down the hall was Senator Chuck Grassley's office. So we stepped in there, gave some of the cards that the membership has signed. and gave Aid or whatever that guy was a card for him to call us or email us to try to discuss the infrastructure bill, which passed. But we also want to talk to him about the Build Back Better Act, and some things that are in there that can help us in our jobs as well.
Yeah, the staffer. That's what you're
Staffer,
probably
there you
looking
go,
for.
yeah.
So also told the staffer that we wanted anything that is part of the infrastructure bill to be used products that are made in America, and especially supporting steelworker jobs like our jobs in aluminum.
So we still do have some cards. If people haven't signed them, we can still hand those out to some of the representatives.
Nathaniel Payne Scholarship, Mike.
So again, this year we still have 10. We're doing 5, and Centra has partnered with us. They'll do 5. They're $500 scholarships. You have to have been in the fall semester of college in order to qualify, and then get it filled out, get it down here by the first week in January. We will draw at the January business meeting for all 10 of them, and then get the money and the information out.
A reminder, vacation payout will be on the 10th of December. So if you do not use any vacation by week ending 12/5, it'll be paid out on your 12/10 check. Lee has been working really hard on setting up a free college benefit, a meetings here at the hall. We will be doing an interview with Daniel Jones from Union Plus and the free college benefit here later on in the show. But like I said, Lee's been doing a lot of work getting a hold of him, setting up some meetings for the membership. Lee, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so Daniel's going to be here November 30th through December 2nd.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome. Sorry, Lee.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. So Daniel will be here on November 30th and December 2nd. He will be doing USW specific presentations. On November 30th, it'll be at 1:30 and 3:30. And then on December 2nd, it'll be at 3:30. He'll also be on December 1st. He's going to be doing a presentation for all other unions with the Union Plus at 4 o'clock. So, but as Roy said, we'll have the interview and should hopefully have more information after that.
See, after stuff like that happens, you need to say, I can't work like this.
And get up and leave.
Well, I'm a professional.
You could get up and leave either way. I don't care.
Okay, Mike.
That was good, Shawn.
Thank you.
No, don't encourage it.
Okay, Mike.
I don't have that readily available. Sorry.
Okay, Shawn.
Okay, Shawn.
Continue on with Lee. Christmas baskets.
So Christmas baskets, we have the boxes out at the gates. Baskets, they will cost a little more than $33 a basket this year. If you are going to make donations and you want to write a personal check, please make it out to the Christmas Basket Fund. The collections should be starting Monday in the departments. Get with your committeemen. They have all the envelopes and the sheets. That'll go on through November 30th. Once you've finished a collection envelope, put it in the collection boxes up at the gates. If they cannot fit in the boxes, please take them to security. Due to COVID this year, again, we're going to be packing with just the Christmas Basket Committee and some people from the Davenport Works lead team. So that will be on December 16th. And on the 17th, Friday the 17th will be the basket pickup.
When did you say the the boxes are coming down at the gates?
November 30th.
Okay.
November 30th. So, yeah, that's about it. Be on the lookout. Forms should also be at the gates or at the boxes at the gates. And I've also emailed a copy to all the committeemen, so they should have it also if you need to get it from them.
If you participated in the bake sale that was at the plant, you helped in raising over $5,000 for the Susan G. Coleman Fund of Greater Iowa. Thank you to our Women of Steel for supporting, taking part in that.
It's a lot of dough.
Thanks, Shawn.
It's a big joke.
Thanks, Shawn.
Thank you.
Guess he does have it.
Had to switch to the screen here, so there we go. Ready to go.
A new benefit for everybody. You can get a 10% reduction in tuition at KinderCare for all Arconic employees. So if you need some daycare, you can get a discounted daycare there.
Pretty sure you can get discounted daycare here at the hall. Lee has his own business going too.
So, yeah, Lee, how did your movie night go?
It went splendidly.
Was it?
That's the response we get from him.
I'll say this: the kids had fun.
Big kids? Or just the little kids, Lee?
I think the little ones had fun.
So I think maybe I know what our surprise solidarity event is. Everybody's going to drop their kids off with Lee and go out, and then come back, and hopefully Lee will be alive.
I mean, I realize why I don't want kids anymore.
Lucky my kids didn't stop over.
No, the kids had fun, but it was just kids were kids. I'll say that.
Thanks, Lee.
Well, yeah. Thanks for doing that, Lee.
Anytime. No, not not anytime. Not anytime.
Oh no, it's recorded now.
Yes.
Anybody looking for a babysitter, contact Lee Schaefer. That does remind me. Not only did we have that at Halloween, you guys did trunk or treat, and then we had the parade. Just want to comment that the Halloween parade, it was a good time. It was really cool. Get out there with our orange shirts on, with our sentenced to forced overtime and our prisoner caps and ball and chain, and go walking down the streets of Davenport. It's a
Sounds like it was spooktacular.
Someone groaned outside. It was so bad.
yeah.
That was terrible. That was horrible.
That was
Or is that somebody listening
Nope.
in the bathroom?
It could be listening in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That could have been a groan for a different reason. Somebody finally took us up on that.
Yeah.
I wonder if they got the glass up too.
But on the Halloween parade, I think we want to try and do it next year. It's a pretty good time. Just a crazy amount of kids down there at that thing. But yeah, I think it's something we can build on and get more participation next year, the membership.
Yeah, just it was good to get out there and do that, and reminder that, going into contract, that forced overtime is a main issue across the master locations. So anyway, if it seems to have gotten better here, hopefully it continues to go in the right direction as we try to eliminate forced overtime here. Update on our brothers and sisters over at Deere. Since the last contract, since the last podcast, they turned down their second tentative agreement. With that being said, they do need help. So about whatever kind of wood, you can use wooden pallets or old firewood. You can deliver that at their Union Hall, local 865, and that's at 630 19th Street in East Moline. Seems like that's the main location for distributing stuff, no matter, even if it isn't going to Davenport. They also need baby food, baby formula, diapers, mainly size 6 disposables. And a reminder that Davenport Works, they're still not able to use burn barrels, so hand and foot warmers are appreciated because, of course, it's getting cold out there.
Has there been anything on the injunction, the appeal on that? Do you guys know?
I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen anything.
Okay.
So I know we'll continue to do our support here that the membership passed at our last business meeting. But if you feel obligated and want to help out, those are the things that they're in need of right now. More contract strike news. USW Local 7600, which again, that's the people that work at Kaiser Permanente, big healthcare local in California. We've talked about them before. They put a strike notice out that covers 7,400 healthcare workers for an unfair labor practices strike, excuse me. Very, very important. Your committeemen should know. If you don't know the difference between an economic strike and an unfair labor practice strike, please Google it and inform yourself. One of the other, this is the biggest local, right, Mike?
Yes.
Yes. 8888, which represents people at Newport News Shipbuilding. Again, USW 8888. In contract talks right now, their current contract covers 12,000 of the shipyard's 25,000 employees, expires November 14th, and they are in negotiations right now. Sorry, I'll get it eventually. Third time's a charm. So we got some audio from Fred Redmond for that. We will listen to that and come back with our interview with Daniel Jones from Union Plus, talk about the free college benefit.
Over the past couple of weeks, we've had some very critical and important discussions with the company. Those discussions have improved some of the language in our contract. With the help of your negotiating committee, we have been able to stop the company in their tracks from eroding some of the great language that we have in our contract. But we have a lot of work to do. Next week, we're going to roll out an insurance benefit proposal that's going to ensure that you will continue to have affordable, first-class health care. We're going to improve upon the health care plan. And we're going to be presenting that to the company next week. And then we're also going to make sure that anybody who retires during the life of this contract is going to be able to retire with the dignity and the self-respect that they deserve. And then, as President Biden said, we're going to give the company the opportunity to prove to you that you are the important essential workers that they talked about all throughout the pandemic. We want a wage increase that's going to reflect the industry that you work in, that's going to reflect your ability as the greatest shipbuilders in the world, and going to represent the appreciation that this company should show you for all the hard work that you have done throughout the year. So we got a lot of tough days ahead. And what wins these contract fights is each and every one of you. When the company see you wearing the t-shirts, wearing the stickers, coming to these rallies, support your union, then they know that this discussion that we're having is not about a local and international negotiating committee. It's about each and every one of you and every unionized worker in that shipyard.
All right, joining us on the podcast today is Dan Jones. He's the Chief Engagement Officer for the free college benefit provided by Union Plus. Thanks for joining us on the podcast today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Dan, we always try to get to know our guests a little bit. Did you grow up in a union household, and what led you to your current job spreading the word about the free college benefit?
Sure. So I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. My mom was actually in the Bakers Union. We grew up with sort of a focus on education, and that focus, now 40 years, 50 years later, turned into a real desire to help individuals get through their college education. The two biggest obstacles are usually the cost, obviously the cost, and then second, particularly for working adults, is being able to fit college into your life, right, with your family and your job. And so this free college program through the Steelworkers is a great way to be able to bring those benefits to people.
I forgot to mention Lee Schaefer, that's been sending you emails, and that he's with me. That helped set all, or the guy that mainly set all this stuff up. So he's got the next question for you.
Hey Dan, how's it going?
Great, Lee. How are you?
Good. So who can receive the free college benefit, and do other unions participate?
So great question. To answer the second one first. All the unions in the AFL-CIO, of which obviously the Steelworkers are one and one of the largest, are eligible for this program. So we work with all the unions. We work with the teachers' unions. So ASME and SEIU and the food and commercial workers and the auto workers and the machinists. So all the unions participate. Each union determines the eligibility for the free college program. But in most cases, it is the member themselves as well as their families who participate. The Steelworkers, for example, that means spouses or domestic partners. It can mean children, stepchildren, grandchildren, nieces and nephews, brothers and sisters. I like to say for the Steelworkers, if you'd have them over for Thanksgiving dinner, they'll count as family. But the important lesson there is the Steelworkers tell us who's eligible. We don't dictate to the unions who's eligible.
And is there any certain state you have to live in to take part in this?
Another great question. The answer is no. So we have students from all 50 states. We have students who are 18. We have students who are 80. If you are a member and you're thinking that this might benefit someone in your family, the family member does not need to be living in the same state as you. They don't need to be claimed on your taxes. Again, if you define them as family, then the Steelworkers are usually pretty good about that. That includes actually not only all 50 states, but if you've got relatives in other countries as well.
Oh wow. Okay. So what's included in this free benefit?
Great. So the free college benefit is an opportunity for both active and retired members. I failed to mention that. So it's also good for SOAR members in your retiree program at the Steelworkers. So the free college benefit is for active and retired members and their families to earn a certificate or a college degree online at no out-of-pocket cost. So our programs are 100% online. So that's a kind of a real great point for your listeners. Ohio is a great place. Texas is a great place. So that's where our academic partners are, and we'll talk about them in a moment. But you never have to go there because our programs are 100% online. This really allows members to work college into their schedule. You fit it between homework and your job, whatever shift you're on, and coaching the soccer team or whatever. You can fit college into your life with this program. And we offer short-term certificates, which are 12 to 30 credit hours long. We have associate's degrees. Associate's degrees are typically what are called 2-year degrees, and they're about 60 credit hours. And then we also have bachelor's degrees. And a bachelor's degree obviously is a 4-year degree, and those are typically around 120 credit hours. So you can earn anywhere from a short-term certificate, associate's, or bachelor's degree, all of it at no out-of-pocket cost. And what that means is as long as you are a union member, right, so you're a steelworker related to one or a retired steelworker, you do not pay tuition, fees, and the textbooks are included as well.
Okay, I think you kind of answered our next question. We were going to ask, is there any cost of membership? But I think you answered that.
No, I get on a roll here, so I apologize. Tuition and fees are the big one. Obviously, textbooks are a huge expense, and so our programs have those books integrated online, so students don't have to pay out of pocket there. We also don't have like an admissions fee, so that would be really the only other thing I could think of. Some programs may require a background check. Students are responsible for things like that. But tuition, fees, and books, that's the free college program.
Oh, okay.
All right, I did some looking there, Dan, and I know there's an awful lot, so I'm not expecting you to list all of the degrees or everything, but could you give us like an idea of kind of some of the different classes people can take?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say probably 40% of our students study business in some degree or another. So that could be a bachelor's in business administration. It could be an associate's degree that focuses on healthcare management or IT, right? So there's a variety of, in the business field, that's probably our largest program. We have degrees in criminal justice. We have degrees in education. So if someone in the family wants to become a licensed teacher, right, you can join one of the teachers' unions when you get hired. We have a program for that. General studies is a really interesting one, both at the bachelor's and associate's level, because those are like all of your basic courses like history and psychology and sociology. And while you can get a liberal arts degree in general studies, that's also a great degree if someone wants to transfer. So let's say there's someone in your family that really wants to go to University of Iowa, but it's like really expensive to go there, right? You could do 2 years for free with us and then transfer those credits to Iowa and then finish your degree there. So there's a lot of different ways to use our program. General studies is one of the more flexible. I mentioned education, criminal justice, information technology, and then we're still building out some health careers degrees, but we do have several that are popular with members as well.
Okay. So what's the time commitment to reach these degrees?
So great question. So students can take as little as one course per term. Our classes, if you guys remember school, you showed up in August and they gave you like 6 or 7 classes and you had to take them all at the same time and all the papers were due at all the same time and it's a real hassle. That doesn't work for working adults, right? And that's our program. And so what we did was we broke the year into smaller terms, typically around 8 weeks. And what that allows a student to do is take 1 or 2 classes over an 8-week period, focus on them, fit them into their life, finish them, and then 8 weeks later you take 2 different classes, right? And so what that allows, the student to do is, it's been a few years since a lot of our students they have some previous college credits, but maybe it's been 10 or 15 or more years. Maybe taking 1 class to get started is a great way to get back into the swing of going to college, and then they can add credit hours slowly.
So that seems too good to be true. Is the college affiliated with is there a college affiliated with the program, and are they accredited?
Yep. So we actually have 4 institutions, and this is all available. This is probably a good time to bring up the website, but you have it's freecollege.usw.org. So freecollege.usw.org, and that actually has all the information about the partners and all the questions you're asking for. So that's really a great place for that information, as well as other frequently asked questions. And the too good to be true is actually the first thing I hear when I'm out. There's no free lunch, right? And It's actually a good point, right? Because you think it's too good to be true, and you look back at the history of our country, right? And at one point, and still in some cases, a safe work environment is too good to be true, right? Or a living wage is too good to be true, or pension or benefits. Those were all too good to be true at some point in our country's history. And then what happened, right? People got together, they formed unions, they fought for things that were important for them. And now, in many ways, like the weekend, we take it for granted, right? That unions brought us those things. And so now, there's some guy from Cincinnati telling you there's free college for you and your family. It sounds too good to be true, but the steelworkers and the other unions got together and did this. We've helped more than 100,000 union families since 2015 with this program. 100,000 union families have gone through our doors. All right, so I think it's a real testament to the power of organized labor.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. So what information does someone need to provide to take part in the program?
Great question. So it's important to know that steelworkers, the unions, do not share any contact information with the program. So the only way we know that a member or their family is interested is if they go to freecollege.usw.org and fill out an inquiry form. That form is like every form you've ever filled out online, right? It's your name and your phone number and your email address. We also ask your union, and and if it's your family member, we ask who you related to, right? And this way, we make sure that this program stays for unions and their families. And if you've seen the new USAA commercials where this is a benefit for military families, we have the same thing, but for unions. So we ask that information. Once that information is submitted by the member or or their family member, that's when our enrollment advisors and staff reach out and help the members go through the process of filling out their paperwork and getting into college.
Hey, Dan, are there requirements that are needed to remain in the program?
So good on requirements. So the minimum for our associate's degree programs is a high school diploma or a GED. So somebody will have to, when we do these in person, somebody always asks about their junior who's in high school. And I always say, as soon as they graduate, they can join, right? So to get in, for our bachelor's programs, it's typically around a 2.0 or 2.2 grade point average to transfer in. And most folks usually have that with their previous college credits. And again, these are all things that the enrollment advisors work with students on. Once you are enrolled in one of our academic programs, and again, we have 4 different university partners, students do have to maintain their minimum academic requirements to stay eligible as a student. And again, that's usually around a 2.0, but different programs have different minimums, but that's no different than any university or college in the country.
Sure. So is there any way that you can be removed from the program or from the benefit?
Yes. Stop being a member of the Steelworkers.
Okay.
We verify every student's membership in the union. And if so, somebody signs up when they're in the Steelworkers and then they think they're going to pull one over and then stop paying their dues.
Nice.
They get removed from the, yeah. So and you can't take somebody out of a college, but the scholarship structure that makes this free for students, if you're not in the union, you lose access to that scholarship.
Okay.
All right. Well, you've been very informative, and we finally worked our schedules out. Is there anything that we forgot to ask you, or is there something else you'd like to say to our listeners?
Yeah, I think the number, our average student is in their mid-40s, age-wise, right? And so the number one sort of emotion we work with on a daily basis is anxiety or fear, right? Because there's always a high school counselor that 30 years ago told somebody they weren't college material. Or there's somebody that may have been enrolled for a semester and then had a baby and then had to drop out to raise their kids or take care of their parents, right? There's all these obstacles that are in the way, the cost of higher education, not being able to drive to a campus 4 days a week and quit your job so you can, these are all the obstacles that we deal with every day. And so it's really an act of courage in a way to go to the website and fill out that inquiry form and raise your hand and say, now's the time I'm going to finish this, or now's the time I'm going to start it. And so I want your folks to know that our program is really built for you, and it's built to overcome these obstacles, and that's why we have our call center staff. That's all the faculty are trained that way, and we've got a good track record of getting people across the finish line, and that's what I'd want your folks to know.
All right, cool. Well, Dan, I want to make sure people know that when you're going to be coming to see us here in person, we'll be here November 30th. These 2 dates are for the USW members for their specific programs. November 30th, you'll be here at 1:30 and 3:30 p.m. And on December 2nd, it'll be 3:30 p.m. December 1st, for all the other unions that are through Union Plus, you'll be here at 4 o'clock p.m.
Can't wait to be there, and we'll do this again in person. Thanks, guys.
All right, Dan. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye.
All right, coming back after the interview. Good interview with Daniel Jones. And wrapping up the
That's
show.
about it.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah.
That's about it. So, Shawn,
Yes, Roy.
where can people find us?
Oh, hey, thanks for asking. Our Facebook page, Steel Revolution Podcast, and then Apple Podcast, Podcast Addict for Android devices, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Odyssey, Libsyn.com, Local's website, and the men's restroom here at Local 105.
It sounds like somebody was using
I-
earlier and
yeah.
listening to us. So.
Yeah.
Hey, we still have those
The pint
Pint
glasses? We
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
We still have some left. Great Christmas gift.
nice stocking stuffer.
You know, he didn't seem too thrilled when it was his part of the show. You know, you'd think somebody that doesn't hardly talk on the show would be excited when they get their moment.
You'd think.
Do we do it again or what?
It's been a
What's going
horrible
on?
day
No.
for him, though.
Nope.
It's been a rough week for me. I'm tired.
Just try better next time.
Yeah. Please.
Thanks, Lee. I,
Make more of an effort next time.
let me see what I can do.
Okay, Mike.
Okay,
So on December 10th, which would be the holiday show, we always try to do something big, so we'll have to see what's going on there.
That's pretty good.
Probably should bring back the cooking corner
Ooh.
for that
ooh.
one, for
that
sure.
sounds
Yes.
good.
I like that.
Got any ideas there, Lee?
That gives us some time. I'll be speaking with a few people I know.
I think I still got recipes
Yeah.
that wasn't
Oh.
made.
I know some people that have a few that gave me some ideas that we'll
Mm-hmm.
talk to.
I'm hungry.
Can't wait.
I know you can.
Looking forward to it.
Coming straight from your kitchen.
We'll have to have some delicious food.
That sounds delicious. You gonna make any crispy?
Yeah, it didn't work
Balls.
for you. It didn't work for you, Shawn.
Just trying.
All right, are we done?
Donut holes.
Oh, now you want to start trying.
His glasses are fogging up. He's getting
It's hot in here.
He's getting pissed.
It's getting hot in
We
here.
better end this.
That look. What else you gonna make? Oh, that's funny. It actually brought
Is
a little
that-
laughter.
Is that hot because you're mad, or you're looking forward to it and
Oh, yeah.
That's got to be it.
That's
excitement?
He can't wait.
I can't wait.
getting all hot and bothered just thinking about it.
We got to end this.
No, we don't. This is
right.
actually kind of fun. Or you want to end it?
So you can bring back the recipe corner for the next show.
Got any thoughts on that, Lee? No. Okay.
Mouth's watering just thinking about it.
All right.
All right. That's it.
Until next time, right?
Yep. Don't forget to say something good about your union.
Every day. See you guys.
Steel Revolution is a production of Steelworkers 105, Bettendorf, Iowa.